So in a rare instance, I actually ate beforehand this time, so I'm probably not gonna lose steam, hopefully, as quickly as I did last time. And I also got a little bit of cardio in earlier, so that really, like, made me feel a lot better, because I hadn't worked out in, like, since I got sick last week, which I think I was understandably sluggish because of that. Let's see here. Max this out. And so, I did catch myself up on Falzer, and so I've used all the crosses, which means after today's stream, this'll proc, and this'll proc. And then I'll finish up Falzer, and then I guess the only things I have to do is like the virus battle stuff, the requests, and then the graveyard, which I already have access to once I beat the game, because I already have 100 standard chips. So I think that'll get me in. So yeah, this is, well, I guess this is probably going to be the most tedious one, to be honest, the requests. But it shouldn't be too bad, because I only have to do it on one version. It's not like these, where I had to play through Red Sun and Blue Moon 3 times. Gundel EX and Otenko. No, I haven't done any of the Django like side quest stuff yet. I would have done some side stuff, but unfortunately, at the point in the story I'm at, it like doesn't let you do anything before inviting your friends to the expo, which I found kind of odd. Like, you can't even jack in, I don't think. Yeah, it's weird. Mick, Iris, Tab, and all our friends in AC/DC, plus Shawd. Or Chawd. I'm so used to calling him Shawd. I guess it kind of works either way, but... Let's cursor off my screen. There's Iris. I love the blah 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 thing that they do. Secret chips that can only be obtained... Oh, so that's how you get the points thing. Okay. I honestly haven't really messed with PvP much at all. I'd like to do some PvP streams at some point. In the future. I need to take a break from Battle Network though, because I'm a little bit ready to play something else on stream for a little while. But I'll come back. I want to do post-game stuff, but I'm going to wait until I at least get a couple members and stuff like that. But those points with Otenko at Seaside, that's right, I do remember seeing Otenko over there. And I'm sure for Battle Network 5, it's the same way where Otenko's in Orin area, I think, in BN5. Alright, so we got Mick, Iris, and Tab. We got to get our AC/DC friends and Chawd. Mr. Famous is here. Famous Chip Shop. What does he have? Slow Gauge, good for PvP. Anti-Nav. Uninstall. They're like mostly PvP oriented chips there. Head to AC/DC. I want to say Chawd is in AC/DC. I know that's where you fight him in post game. I think. Although, I guess they're not here. Weird. Oh, you know what? We probably have to go on the net. And talk to Roll, Gutspan, and Glide. That's probably what it is. Do I have the shortcut? I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. I do have a panel bug, but it's for air shoes, and so that's like not even really an issue. Alright, let's get this link. Nice, we got all 4 banners, I believe. Yep, we got all 4. He's in the classroom once you finish all the requests. Interesting, okay. Yeah, because I don't know if I ever When I played this game growing up, I don't know if I ever did all the requests in this game. Oh, there's Proto Man. But the mayor's gonna be there, Proto Man. Don't you realize? I believe, yeah, I stocked up on sneak runs. Let's see if these actually work. There's roll. Just to clear the obstacles in Central Area 3. That's true. There's actually a lot of obstacles that I need to... that I probably should do. I haven't been super diligent about that. We did. Lan literally just is like, let me hear the details. Ah! Like, he was just like... It's funny as hell. I do have all the rush food that I need, though. I think I got fucked over and ended up buying an extra one by accident. But it's all good. Fanfare Z. Alright. Let's go home. I'm not gonna do chip trader stuff. I feel pretty comfortable with my folder right now. There's obviously some stuff that won't be super useful against Gregor. Like, I don't remember... You might be able to area grab one panel, but I have two. What am I doing? Do I try to aim for perfection and try to delete nabbies in under 10 seconds? No, for these streams, not so much. I'm not trying to do anything crazy. But, I mean, I did go for all S ranks in BN2 for hub style, which I have a compilation of that on my channel, but that's not anything like super crazy. Most of them are sub 30 seconds. Probably all of them are. I think that is the stipulation for S ranks in BN2 for the most part. But I haven't done anything super crazy in post-game for anything else. But the kind of goal is, like, once I hit, I think, I'm debating whether I want it to be 5 or 10 members, something like that. If we hit 5 members and it's been a couple months, then I'll go ahead and stream post-game stuff, starting with BN2, because BN1 I've already 100%ed. Because, like, the only post-game stuff I've done in these games is what's required for the trophies / achievements. And I'm hoping to do some kind of video about that once I clean up the BN6 trophies. Because, you know, obviously, you could just look at a guide, I guess, and you're probably better off doing that. But I think it's somewhat valuable for someone who's done something, some accomplishment in the game, to, like, give some tips and suggestions before going into it, kind of deal. Kind of like I did with BN1, where it's like, don't trade away any Metgard A's if you want to get all the chips in the game, what you need to get the platinum, so to speak. But it is interesting they made, like, the most tedious achievements in 1 and 4. Like, specifically the first entries in each of the collections have the longest and most grindy trophies to get. Land's trademark tardiness. Q Meilu jealousy. Metguard A. So the Metguard A's are for, you need to trade 30 of them for a Buster Guard, which I believe can't be acquired except for that trade unless you get super lucky with the chip trader. And there's a couple of other trades like that, like I think you need a triple crack of a specific code that maybe you only get from a certain mystery data. I forget the details exactly. But the Buster Guard one was like really annoying. Beyond the annoyance of like, oh yeah, the gut shot PA, that's right. Yeah, no, that one's super funny. I like that PA. But yeah, Buster Guard was like the grindiest thing, aside from, I guess, like getting dropped down was also a pain in the ass. But that's why I just use Buster Max for much of my post-game BN1 stuff, because those drop rates for Navi chips are so terrible. Early game breaking? No, I believe it, because you can get all those chips, like, pretty freaking early. Bishies are, like, I think an AC/DC area in that game. Now, and I'll just do the virus battling stuff later. I want to focus on getting as far into the expo as possible. Still don't remember, maybe we'll try playing it again. First game was off-putting because of the height. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in the first BN that are pretty annoying. It is fixed in the DS version, but that's obviously not in the Legacy Collection. And it was Japan only, so you'd have to download a patch and stuff like that, but... Yeah, the encounter rate, you can't escape without a chip. The not guaranteed getting a chip for S ranking bosses and stuff like that. Like, you have a 50-50 chance, even if you S rank them, to get Zenny or their V3 chip, was very annoying. Because their encounter rate is like, the boss encounter rate is extremely low. And so if you're lucky enough to encounter like Bomb Man or Shadow Man or whatever, and you S rank them, and then you just get Zenny, it's just like, shit. Especially because Shadow Man, you have another chip you need to get from them besides the 3 Navi chips. You have Muramasa, and then for Pharaoh Man, it's Anubis. So there's 4 chips you have to get from Shadow Man and Pharaoh Man, which is obnoxious. And then I lucked out on my first fight against Base. I got like a rank 7 or something, and I lucked out by getting Life Aura, which is the last chip that you are able to get, because you need every other chip prior to being able to encounter Base. In Internet 16, I want to say is the name of the area. And plus, just maneuvering in BN1, like the maps. I mentioned in my most recent Battle Network video that the maps are often pretty labyrinthine and hard to maneuver if you don't know where you're going. But BN1 takes that to like the nth degree. It's ridiculous. I had to just like straight up look at maps. And that's another thing that the DS version I think fixes, where you have, I want to say you have the map at all times on the second screen. Alright, so we got pavilion comps we gotta do, which are basically harder versions of the different comps that we did earlier in the game. Which is cool, because I think the dungeons in this game are pretty good. Like, they're kind of rehashes, sort of older stuff. Or at least, like, Blast Comp and Dive Comp. I don't remember what they're specifically called, but, you know. Whereas the Judge Comp, there's not really anything like that, I don't think, in the other games. The same with Elements. You still play BN1 over BN4? I think casually, I would agree. I mean, if we're talking Operation Shooting Star, then like, for sure. Because of all the quality of life stuff. GBA BN1, I'm like a little bit... I'm like not entirely sure how I'd rank them now. Those two are definitely bottom 2 though, but I was like I don't know. I was Buster Maxing my way through the other BN4 playthroughs, so my enjoyment was higher than it would have been if I wasn't, I think. But it could also be Stockholm Syndrome of like, you know, I spent probably fucking, I don't even know, 30 hours or something getting through all of that. I do gotta say, like, how you'd rank BN series from best to worst, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, 4. That's a good order. I dig that order. 3 is my number 1, probably 2. It's so tough because I like 6 and 2 a lot. I like 2 in particular a lot. Freezeman Scenario sucks, but everything else is like so good in 2. But I think I'd probably put 5 above. I would put 5 above 6 for sure. But after this replay, I'm very torn on like 6 versus 2 and 1 versus 4, like those pairings. Ooh, M Cannon Star, that's kind of nasty. What was I saying before, though? Yeah, I don't know, I kind of feel like I'm kind of tempted to try out Double Team. Like, not right now, because I just played BN5 twice, but I'm curious when I have the itch to go back to BN5, like, checking out Double Team again. Because I just have a feeling that that is, like, still probably the best way to play it. In the past, you'd put 5 above 2, but Liberation missions started to get repetitive. That's fair, because I still like the Liberation missions, but it's like, there's always one solution for the most part. You do still have to execute, right? You still have to play well and clear the encounters and all that. But for the most part, that's not too hard to do. And, you know, the keys are always in the same spot. It'd be different if there was, like, let's say they put a hard mode in or something like that, where they rearrange the Liberation missions or something. I think that would make it a little more interesting. Or if there was a random component. But then it might become tedious, and so it's hard to say. Oh, that's right, we get the stamps. Yeah. I'm getting PTSD from Mario 3D World. I'm like at the very end of 3D World right now, and all I have to do is Champion's Road. And technically, yeah, I have to go back and replay every level with every character. Except for the ones that I've already beaten them with. But I have all the gold flags, except for fucking Champion's Road. I did all the mystery boxes, I did all the Captain Toad things. I've done pretty much everything. And, but that last mystery box challenge in 3D World was kind of irritating me until I realized I could use my mouse to, like, click on... Like, what would normally be the touchscreen you would use to click on the question mark panels. Because there's one where, like, you have these panels on the wall that you need to hit, but there's thwomps in the way, so you have to grab these baseballs and throw them at them. And it just, I don't know, it's one of those frustrating things. But, Champion's Road is something else. That shit is... It's like a huge difficulty spike at the end of the game, basically. Post-game Liberation missions had me frantic to get the special reward. See, that's what I like doing, and why I enjoy the Liberation missions this time around, is because I was going for, like, under par, as it were. You know, under the turn limit that they want you to do. But that was even, like, pretty easy to do. And I haven't messed around with the post-game Liberation missions maybe ever. I don't know that I've done very much of BN5's post-game in general. So that should be cool. How many post-game Liberation missions are there? Is there like one per boss in the main game? So what would that be, like 5, right? Blizzard Man, Shade Man, Cloud Man, Dark Mega, Cosmo Man, Dark Colonel. There's 6, yeah. Some extraordinary strawberry milk. Yai, what are you talking about? Three. Remember the last one had double bosses? Ooh, that's kind of cool. That'll be exciting when I get back to doing post-game stuff. I do think it's kind of funny that the evil, the World 3 base is like in Land's backyard again. Backyardigans? What? No, but seriously, it's just like BN1 where it's like that metro under the school. It's like so stupid. Blizzard plus Cosmo. 3 additional maps: Shade Man, Cloud Man, Cosmo Man. You're at a disadvantage for 2 of them since viruses get upscaled for those 2. Oh, I remember this. That's right. The copy bots get all taken over by like heal navies or something. Or viruses or something like that. I do wonder... Like, I think it'd be cool if a BN7 introduced dimensional areas, but, like, copybots kind of already do that to an extent. The end of the world from this pavilion. It's Dr. Wowie. Used to, as a child, you used to pronounce it as Dr. Willie. I think we all did at some point. That's funny. As inappropriate as it may be, Dr. Willie. Oh, they are all heal navies, yeah. I just love the Mega Man 8 dub. It's so funny. Yeah, I guess Sabo, you did too. Time to kill ins and yell at the heavens. How does Land even get out of here? Oh, you know what? I want to say, doesn't Proto Man or someone show up in a copy bot? See? Proto Man's so cool, dude. Dude, Proto Man EXE's gotta be one of my favorite designs. Like, so easily. Because he's like a hybrid between Proto Man and Zero. That's the cool thing. Because Proto Man Classic doesn't have a sword usually, right? He has a shield. Which this Proto Man EXE also has. Just not like on his person usually. It's like a cyber shield, pulls it out when needed. And that's like in the earlier games, Proto Man plays a lot more defensively with the shield. Although I think he still has it in, like, 4 and 6, just... It's not as prominent in his toolset, I feel like. Just Heel Navi's patrolling around Central City... wait. Yeah, it's Central City, right? Or Central Town? We were wondering the other day if a reboot of the series was done, could it be the perspective of Shaw and Proto Man? I think I was saying last time that this game's story would have been more interesting if we played from Chaud's perspective. I wouldn't be against something like that. Like a spin-off or something. Not, like, it would be a spin-off, but it would basically play the same kind of deal. I mean, this is one of those universes, it's kind of like... Not just the Pokemon comparison, because, you know, these games were kind of modeled after Pokemon in a way, and the two-version thing, but the BN universe and the Pokemon universe have so many stories to tell, I feel like, that just aren't being leveraged. With Pokemon, it's because they just want to rehash the same thing over and over, but for Mega Man, it's just they're not doing anything. You know? That may have sparked it. Yeah, that's fair. But, like, there's, like, so much interesting... There's so many interesting angles and stories and stuff that you could tell in some of these game worlds that aren't just from, like, a child's perspective kind of thing, you know? Or just, like, you know, the same... Like, I don't mind it in BN so much. I'm mostly saying in Pokemon, where it's like, why do you always have to be a child who's setting out on their first adventure kind of thing? And then I look at Coliseum and XD, and I'm like, dude, the setups for those games, particularly Coliseum, are so cool. And just, like, different by virtue of it being, like, you're an experienced battler, your Pokemon are fully evolved when you start Coliseum, and you are defecting from, like, the evil team, basically. It's so dope. And, like, XD's setup is a little bit less interesting, but I think the game overall is, like, balanced better, it's paced better, all that jazz. But those games are something else, man. Granted, the last time I played them was on the channel with playing ROM hacks of them, but it's more or less the same experience. Oh yeah, I did finish Star Fox Assault the other night. I finished playing through it. Good game. It's good. We were talking about it last time, where it's like, takes some getting to grips with the ground controls for sure. But I thought it was good. Like, the story was surprisingly, like, I think the voice acting is, like, obviously, it's very of its time for Nintendo. And the game is clearly on, like, a lower budget than Zelda and Mario and stuff at the time, but I thought it was pretty enjoyable. I think a remake of Star Fox Assault would be pretty fucking cool. I just hate using those triggers for shooting, because, like, there's so much resistance on the GameCube shoulder buttons that, like, when you're having to spam it and you're not charging, it's like, I don't know. I had to, like, switch to my middle finger occasionally because it was exhausting. Compared to, like, the Xbox triggers, which have a little bit of resistance, but, like, not too much. And I did re-download F-Zero GX, and I want to check that out a little bit this weekend. Because I've been watching some, like, F-Zero 99 videos on YouTube, and it's been getting me kind of in the mood to try out F-Zero again. Because I definitely didn't give it a fair shake. And then plus, if I played through GX, then I could do a video talking about how they need to make F-Zero Yakuza hybrid. It's like the Nakey Jakey Games That Should Bang videos that he used to do. And part of me wants to do one of those, but I don't want to copy like the exact verbiage that he uses, because that's like his thing, you know? But similar sentiment. It's just like Mega Man Battle Network and Persona should bang. They would make a kick-ass baby. And so, figuratively speaking, of course. And then, same thing with Yakuza and F-Zero, that'd be sick. I genuinely, like, the more I think about it, I'm like, fuck yeah. A beat-em-up where you do these crazy, wacky side quests with all these, like, weird-ass characters, in order to unlock, like, car parts and buy car parts and unlock and progress to different races and stuff like that. Like, it just, I don't know. To me, that game kind of builds itself in a way, at least with the broad strokes. The smaller stuff would obviously need some tweaking, but that's a pitch. Like, that's a game pitch right there that I think is worth it. And I think it would be one of those things where ideally Nintendo would license the F-Zero IP over to whatever the Yakuza team is. If that were the case. And shit, man, I'd love for, like, imagine if Atlas made just a Mega Man RPG in general. You know, I know Command Mission exists, but I'm not, like, the biggest fan of Command Mission. I played it for a little while, but I don't know. I appreciate that Command Mission, like, tried to tell its own story with its own new set of characters, but I was kind of like, I don't know, I wanted it to focus on the Mega Man X characters that I already kind of knew, I guess. And plus the voice acting is, like, not very good in that game either. I will say Command Mission had some cool ideas, though, like with how sub-tanks work. Where, like, you fill up the sub-tank, and then you can choose to spend, I think it's like a certain percentage of a sub-tank on, like, one character, or you can spend more of it to heal everyone for, like, less health. And just, like, the economy of the sub-tanks in Command Mission was really cool. But that was, like, the main takeaway that I had from it. From what little time I played. I played, like, the first couple chapters or whatever. I'd like to see more stuff like that. I'm hoping, because, you know, Nintendo is mostly marketing Mario stuff right now, but they've got kind of a variety of games in the Mario universe, you know? They've got a couple of Mario RPG remake remasters kind of coming out with Mario RPG and Thousand Year Door, but then we've also got a new 2D Mario game. I'm sure a new 3D Mario game is going to probably come out next year, if I had to guess. Because, like, Odyssey came out in 2017, so it's been almost 6 years. I think we're due for a new 3D Mario, probably. If not next year, then the following, for sure. And then we got that Princess Peach game, which is kind of like a mix between, like, kind of an action platformer, but then, like, I can't really tell exactly what that game is going to be entirely, but it looks cool. And it's different. It's not just, like, a 2D platformer with some gimmick, like Super Princess Peach was on the DS, which that game was pretty fun, from what I recall. Alright, so we gotta do this, but it's only one of these, I want to say. Alright, let's take a look at these tanks. The nameplate's broken, you can't tell what animal this is. Shark. Clownfish. This, dude, this comp theme slaps, though. I gotta say. I'll check dead ends for mystery data. Spreader 3 star. It's pretty good, actually. You could get the final H-burst. I want to say I have another Spreader 3, like an S. Yeah. So I would just need, like... That's kind of insane, actually, 90? If I had another Spreader 3, I would throw that PA in, because I'm running S's, I think. Yeah, I'm running S's, and T's, and R's. So if I got a Spreader 3 R or T, then... Or I guess... No, yeah, because then the star can fill in for the other one. For the missing component. And I also did figure out you get Django 3 from fighting the gold prog in the virus battle thing. Which I will be doing because of the trophy requirement for that. Wish I could remember. I think I owe something to a sea enemy, so that's Clownfish. That's right, I've seen Finding Nemo. Okay, cool, we lucked out. I just love when these final comps incorporate the main theme of the game. It's so hype. I'm gonna try to sneak run, since I have so many. And dude, I gotta say, like, with those recent Persona 3 Reload trailers and stuff, we got some fairly low quality rips of the new battle themes, and oh man, I've been jamming to that shit lately. It's so fucking good. I'm so excited for that game. Oh, he's the director, that's right, this one's funny. That's why the nameplate is erased. It's like a person. Does this orange guy come back? Alright, this blue guy is gonna be annoying, but we got around him. So we're good. Broken nameplate. Yeah, this one's funny. I'm an aquarium director. Maybe the director is a fish person and we just don't know. And dude, my playtime on Bowser is like... I'm at the same point that I started this stream at, and I'm only like 6 hours in, or something. It's like stupid. It's crazy. I'm gonna finish that. I'm gonna finish BN6 within 10 hours. Which is kind of wild. Alright, sneak run. Oh shit. I actually had that if I had known the orange pattern there. I'll fight these guys just because it's fun. Dude, a race cross is so fucking broken. But I am kind of torn as to what video I'm going to put out this weekend. Like, usually when something drops that I want to talk about during the week, I'm pretty content with that counting as my video for the week. So maybe I'll just do that, since I dropped that P3 Reload trailer thing on Wednesday or whatever. Took you 23 hours to complete post-game collecting all the chips. Damn. Or 33 hours, sorry, yeah. That sounds about right. I was gonna say 23 hours, holy shit. 33 is about is about what I kind of expect. Story in BM seems long, but it's actually short. Yeah, especially when you're skipping. Like, cause when I played through like Blue Moon and Proto Man and Bowser, I was mostly skipping through shit because I already saw it when I was streaming it. And so I think that cuts down a lot, but it's also the fact that I, you know, played through these games on stream and then I know where to actually go. Oh, you don't fight Dive Man and shit? You don't fight the bosses, interesting. But every time I did those subsequent playthroughs post-streaming the initial version, it would be, like, significantly shorter. Like, I think BN5 also only took me, like, maybe 10 hours or so, maybe it was somewhere around there. Circus Element and Judge. Oh, I guess because we already fought Blast Man and Dive Man in the Undernet, so that's probably why. That's right. Because, yeah, Dive Man's operator got taken away when we broke into the mayor's office. He's in custody. And the Mr. Mock is just not with them anymore. Yeah, here we go. It's also crazy, like, I've just been destroying the bosses in Bowser. Like, even more so than I have been on these streams. Like, I fought Colonel, and I don't think I took a single point of damage. Which is not that impressive, because, like, they just... I talked about it a couple of times. It's like, they give you so many tools in this game that it's not really that difficult to, like, obliterate the story bosses. Oops. Now, the post-game versions of the bosses definitely put up more of a challenge. For sure. This, yeah. I think I'm gonna try to sneak run again, because that seemed to actually kind of work in the Dive Man comp. Reg up, sick. Gregor has pure power, Bowser has mobility and strategic. Yeah, that's true. I would agree with that. Gundel Soul 2. Do I have synergy with that? No. Got lots of E's, though. That might actually be a code worth using. Like, I could bail on B. I mean, Wide Blade, I have another Wide Blade in... Or I've got several, actually. Yeah. Wide Blade W. Do I have another Wide Blade W? I thought I had two. I do. I think I'm gonna bail on this, even though Blast Man is good for mobs. These are good chips, because they deal a lot of damage, but I'm really just waiting on Django 3 for the PA. M-Boomer is so good, though. What other M's? High Cannon, this. L is not bad. What was the one I was looking at, though? E. Yeah, E has a shit ton of stuff. Gundel Soul 2, Machine Gun 2, which would have synergy with my other machine guns. Elect Sword is good. Like, I feel like E is worth throwing in here, maybe even in favor of these. Although I guess Yo-Yo I'm using for the PA, but I haven't drawn that like at all. I And maybe I do cut M, except for the yo-yo for the PA. M-Boomer is really good, but I've got... I don't know, M-Boomer obliterates mobs. But without Tomahawk Cross, it's like, what am I really running a wood chip for? I can only run 4 of these, right? Yeah. I do think the chip limits are interesting. Like, you can only run 1 of a 50 or above. So, like, you can only run 1 Guardian, stuff like that. Best codes in the game would be B, F, S, and V. Yeah, I could see that. S is always good. And V has some good stuff too, excuse me. I'm like dying. Not really, but yeah, Super Vulcan is nasty. If I had more V chips, I would use that. This is good for, I don't know, this would be good for a race cross, but I'd rather just use machine guns, because those like more easily guarantee landing on opponents. Let me throw some E's in though, I think. We got rid of a Time Bomb 3, but I can get this with more synergy, basically. Reflector 3 is kind of nasty. I might actually throw that in. This for sure, this... Oh, this, I was going to sub out one of these. I can fit 2 more chips currently. Summon a Nightmare Attack. It's not a sword chip, interesting. I think Reflector 3. Attack your surroundings with Thunder. If I had like an Electman SP, then maybe. I kind of like the Gundel Soul for this. Bubble Star 2, V, Doll Thunder 3. Ooh, that's nasty. Thunder Dragon V with White Capsule. That is a sick combo, actually. R is not like the greatest thing here, but I like having roll. Did we get roll 3 or not? I guess not. Your folder's built around stunning enemies. Nice. Yeah, I think it's... Oh, I think I fucked this up. Yeah, I know I definitely did. God damn it. What do you think? Gotta go back to speak to mail after you've cleared all 4 computers. Okay, sweet. Let me see... Because can you outrun this guy? Oh shit, if I wasn't bad, I maybe... well... He cut across the gap, so maybe not. Unfort. This. God, it's so nice not running into encounters. This one. Dude, this reminds me of the 8th gym puzzle in Ruby and Sapphire. Or just like RSE in general. I remember that one. I had to get my dad to help me with that when I was a kid. Should be waiting at your house. Okay. Nothing naughty intended. It's PG. It's funny. I'll for sure swing back for that. Alright, let's fight Judge. Oh, we almost have a PA here. Okay, I was going for that because I don't want his books to be able to... Yeah. This panel bug is actually coming in clutch right now. Oh, I should have reflected there. Unfortunately, I'm not drawing that final M cannon. Clean. Didn't even need to use the the var sword, variable sword. Oh, but I guess I was saying earlier about Mario, like Nintendo pushing Mario a lot because of the movie. I'm hoping we get, like... Dude, I think, like, a Metroid or Zelda anime would be really sick. And if they do that, and then they start, like... And then they use that as an excuse to, like, finally put Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD on Switch. Although, I'm kind of a purist when it comes to TP, because, like... The stamps being integrated into TP HD was kind of a mistake from a longevity standpoint, I think. Because, like, sure, you just get rupees, and, like, there's a huge excess of rupees in Twilight Princess. Assuming you're not going to use the magic armor at all times, but I'd rather get rupees than stamps that literally do nothing. Now, in 3D World, which I was mentioning I've been playing in my spare time, I don't mind the stamps because it's just another collectible. It's a platformer collectathon kind of thing. It's just a fun little collectible. It doesn't necessarily have to do anything per se. So, like, even though they can't be used with Miiverse because Miiverse is dead, I don't really mind. That was kind of impressive, actually. Gilbert Gottfried got us. We got by Gottfried. How many more seltzer left? Yeah, I do. Oh my god, this place is huge. I've been having pretty good luck with these. Wait, how much HP am I boosted by? 100? Okay. There it is. I like this because I can scout for mystery datas as well. There's nothing here. Green is over here with a green mystery data as well. There's a green mystery data down there. You get M Cannon Star and then Mascot Computer at the entrance. I think... Did I grab one of those? I did. I actually did get one of those. That's actually a good point. Although I guess it doesn't technically matter, since, well, I guess I could run it as like an extra piece of the PA. But it's one of those things where, like, if you're saving certain chips for program advances, it's one of those things where, like, I don't mind not having synergy with it per se, or having limited synergy. Because the only synergy you really want is the PA. But like I said, I could slap it in there, because then I could, you know, use one of the M cannons for just 180 damage. And then still be able to draw the PA. I don't think I ever took advantage of that when I was a kid, with program advances and, like, star chips. I don't think I realized you could do that. Alright, and then I want to get this blue mystery data over here. I gotta remember. Is that a mystery data? Oh yeah. Let's grab that real quick. More of these guys. The only PA you ever took advantage of was Life Sword. Yeah, same here. And old habits die hard. I've like always been running Life Sword in these playthroughs. God damn it. Because it's so easy to acquire for the most part. Some of the games straight up give you the Longsword S that you need. Others you have to get the drop. Like in BN3, I think you have to get the drop from a sortie, but that's not like that bad. Oh wait, we have technology. These comps are not nearly as bad as I remember them being as a kid. Like the dive comp in particular, I felt like that dive comp was actually easier than some of the ones in the original scenario. BN6 is said to be the most balanced. Yeah, I think I've heard the same sentiment, and I would generally agree. And I gotta say, while I do... Oh, I don't know why I did that. It doesn't matter anyway, but... I was thinking about, like, whether I like double soul or crosses more. And it's tricky because I think... I like having to sacrifice something for the power of a double soul. But at the same time, it is fun to just kind of mess around with crosses and being able to just proc them immediately. Link Navi is permanent and doesn't... That's true. That's true. Crosses don't have that 3-turn limit, which is nice. Unless, obviously, you beast out with them. But, actually, I don't remember. If you like, beast cross... I think once the beast out wears out, do you still keep your cross? Because I don't know that I've done that yet. I don't know that I've encountered that. I haven't really done much beast cross combinations, really. Now, is this a blast comp? Is this like the Blast Man comp, or...? Oh, it is a blast comp, okay. Interesting, they saved that for last. Welcome to the big top, Mega Man. Oh. Oh. That's right. It's all coming back to me. 6K, holy shit. No mystery data there. I think I could proc this, Actually, I mean, that's not even enough damage. I can charge them. Last Man map to Circus Man, yeah. I guess because Circus Man didn't get his own, comp. Oh, that's clean. Also, I got the code in. I didn't even try that time, it was gonna kill anyway. The Soul Slayer counts? What do you mean? Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, that's right. The those like soul kind of strategy scenarios, that's true. Yeah, I guess it's kind of like, I guess it's kind of like, you know, Flame Man from BN3 or any of the other ones that occur on the net. A lot of BN5 scenarios. Well, okay, not so much actually. More like Shadow Man / Gyro Man. And I guess Toadman / Medi. Vulcan 3A. I don't want to use the Lance because it'll destroy the mystery data. Oh, I forgot how these guys move. Damn, Navi 20. And that's something I kind of lamented about replaying BN3, is that there's not that many comps, unfortunately. The comps that are there are good, and the game is great besides that, but it's one of those things where I just wish there was maybe a dungeon or two more in BN3. Gotta be careful with that super armor. Alright, now there's a blue left. I feel like I'm better off just jacking out and back in, because I had to go so far out of my way to get over here. I mean, maybe I already fought the blue. Either way. Forget how powerful the cross-charge odds are, for real. They're actually insane. Longblade B. It's too bad that I cut B, but I do have a Longblade and a Wideblade. Is there a PA with Longblade, Wideblade? Is it like with Proto Man or something, or... Is Hero Sword in the game? I don't even know. Oh, this is gonna be a massacre here. Oops, wrong cross. 2 times hero? Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's the one. The one that escaped my grasp in BN1 just barely. Ow. Oh, Sword Star plus Wideblade plus Longblade. But also Wideblade, Longblade, Proto Man. Actually, wait a second, I have a Proto Man chip. Because I have the Proto Man Star from the, Why don't we run that? I'll take it over Django. Oh, but I can only have 3 of these, so I need to cut. I guess I got the R because W has way more synergy in my folder. In which case, do I really want to run Roll? I don't know, Roll is nice for the healing, I guess. I'm pretty sure I have... Oh, you know what I could do? If I wanted to get really cheesy with it? Is, I thought I had Proto Man, but you know what I can do? I can just do this. I don't care at this point. Like, Gregor is gonna be... Gregor is one of the easiest final bosses in these games, so I'm not even really concerned with cheesing as much. We'll just take Proto Man SP, fuck it. But at that point, it's like, why don't I just... What are my megas? I'm only running 2 megas. That's wild. You hope it's not Proto Man SPEX situation. Twin Leaders also allows the star code-based chip. Yeah, let's just do this. This should be sick. I can't... Can I tag? No, I can't tag these. It's too expensive. But these are at the top of my folder, so I mean... can I get a better reg chip than Buster Up? Is there a better reg chip? Varsword... I feel like no. That's one of the main disappointing things, is like... I feel like my reg chip is always just Buster Up or Area Grab, depending on the game. Like in BN3, it's Area Grab Star. And then for these games, it's always Buster Up, because Buster Up is so nasty. Shame the other callback PAs require some post-game grind. Yeah, we'll get there eventually, I guess. I still like the White Capsule plus Machine Gun. Maybe I should tag the E1, though? So I can actually differentiate a little bit more. Maybe attack plus 30 is actually... Oh no, I can't. That's too expensive. What other chips do I have that are, like, busted right now? What am I running? B? I'm running B, E... I'm not even really running B. This is a PA, so, like, I don't even count that, really. E, R, kind of, S, and W. Is there a PA for, like, all 3 roles? I'll have to give up the attack 30 in a quest. That's kind of a shame. Is there a PA for 3 rolls? Because that would be kind of nasty. No? Damn. That's disappointing. I don't know, I think roll is still decent to just have on its own as like a kind of a... It's not quite a nuke, but I mean, if you get plus 30... What's roll 3's damage? 60? By default, I would guess? So then it's like... This does 60 total, this does 120, 180... But then if you add 30, that's like... I mean, that's pretty nasty. Close battle stance. Proto Man's battle stance. RNG gods give us 2x hero in this BN finale. That would be nice. I'm gonna rejack in. I think I will get roll 3 and just proc that, because, like... It's just a good chip. I've always liked... I mean, I like roll as a Navi, and I've always liked her chips. They're almost always useful. And pretty much everything got buffed in this game too, damage-wise. Do I want to save this for the PA, maybe? That was bad. That's better. Got the double lance. I can life sword this. Oh, they get stopped by... That's kind of nasty. I had to like do my alphabet in my head for a second. I was like, wait, what? Which letter comes first? Just absolute demolishment. Is that a word? Probably. Just like extreme overkill on Circus Man there. Still don't know why it wasn't called Clown Man, but I don't know. Throw your PET at them. That's your best line of defense. Forget Mr. Mock or Proto Man or... No, you know what? I feel like all your friends' navis show up in copy bots, I think. If I'm recalling correctly. Yeah, knew it. Glide Flash? Dude, Glide, stop acting like you can actually fight, dog. Glide actually did something. Again. I think there was one other time where he did like one thing, singularly. Maybe. But he's so lame in the games. God, these guys suck. That's no good. Imagine if Proto Man just sliced their navies in half too. I feel like such an asshole, but it's like Mick and Tab are so... Ugh. So lame compared to Len's actual friends from the earlier games. Yeah, they're just generic navies. You thought Tab's navi was different? Wait, I think you're right. I think in that opening cutscene, there's a bunch of normal navies, but there's like a sub-chip trader one, like the blue guy. Maybe Tab's navi is just a normal navi, straight up. Mix at least has a different color scheme, but oh, what the fuck? Why does it feel like they're setting up for a 7, though, with those guys escaping? Now, they need to start the curry shop to keep in line with the NT Warrior. Even though technically it is like Yahoot and, what's it? Miss Mad and Mr. Match and all them. No, I'm right, they suck. Yeah, I kind of respected Mick for distracting the security bots when we go into Mayor Kane's office, but that's about it. BN7 lands still net battling at 32. I wonder, because he wants to be a professional net battler. I couldn't see him taking over his dad's position, but then again, maybe. So I actually just did a video on this like a week or so ago, and my pitch was that Patch is the new main character with XEXE as his Navi. And so you have like custom armor parts, and maybe you can navi-cust like the different armor pieces separately from one another or something. And the idea would be that Zero EXE is like the main antagonist, kind of similar to the classic timeline, where like Wily leaves behind Zero to like destroy what is left, basically. And then so like Mega Man is taken out of commission somehow temporarily, so Patch and XEXE have to go and stop Zero, essentially. Kind of mimicking the Mega Man X games in a way. Or at least the setup for it, sort of. I mean, I guess for Mega Man X, Zero was already an ally, but more so like the lore from the X games. Ideally, Wily would not be, but my idea is that he left Zero behind. Like, Zero was a net navi that no one knew about. That is like Wily's last remaining creation, as it were. Because I think the idea, too, in the classic timeline, isn't it that Zero wakes up later? You know? When you know a season of an anime goes on too long, introduce side characters that's less efficient than your established supporting characters who will only last that one season. Yeah, I guess... Well, it's also, like, because Lan moved to a different city, so, like, I guess it makes sense to have new friend characters, but... Yeah, you only have one season, so to speak, to establish them. Whereas I feel like that time could have been better spent fleshing out the existing characters, but... Then again, if you think about character moments, it's like BN3 already kinda... Like, Dex doesn't really have any more growth to do because BN3 already happened. And it's kind of same with Chawd. It's like, those first 3 BN games had like these nice arcs for Chawd and for Gutsman, for Dex, and for Lan to an extent too. And then like, obviously 4's plot is like so blah, and character work and stuff like that, but it's like, yeah, he keeps getting smaller. I mean, well, they did shrink the sprites for 4, 5, and 6, to be fair. Oh, Barrel's here. Should have ended at 3. Yeah, I mean... I'm glad we have... In retrospect, I'm glad that we have 6 games to go back and play. But 3 definitely was a good stopping point, for sure, narratively, in particular. And plus, I really love that the 6 Battle Network games are kind of a reflection of the 6 classic games that came out on NES. And then we got the 3 Star Force games on DS, kind of like the 3 Mega Man X games on Super Nintendo. It's kind of... I like that parallel. But first, let's get Rule 3. What if I felt more like extensions, which had no relevance to the first 3 games, and then 6... Yeah, I would kind of agree. I would kind of agree. Because 5, as much as I like 5, it is more of a standalone kind of story. And it vaguely connects to 4, but I'd rather just forget that 4's narrative exists. TBH. Oh, wait. Oh, wait a second. I, like, completely forgot you can fight these guys. Yeah, I'd say it's hard for me to say that it should have ended, like, blanket, it should have ended at 3 because I would agree 5 and 6 are among the best in the series. But at the same time, it would have been fitting. Please tell me I saved recently. That's like a demonic... Oh, shit. That's a demonic virus setup, and I forgot that you could fight those guys. So let's just obliterate Circus Man again. Then again, if that's the case... It would have been nice if Lan made the move in 5. Yeah. Kind of agree. Oh shit, he got me. I wasn't paying attention. I only got one hit on him, damn it. Oh, you're a bastard for that. I was in the middle of my charge shot cooldown. Doesn't matter though, we still win. Oh, we got the 4 too. Nice. Oh, that happened to you too? I remember as a kid, like, trying to clear all of those heal navies. Do you get anything for doing that? You think Capcom tried too hard to focus on the light versus dark thing in 4 and 5? Failed to implement how they wanted it? I would agree. Yeah, I think the whole, like, dark chip thing is it just feels kind of like an afterthought, like, kind of deal. You don't get anything for it? It's such a weird thing. We're obviously going to skip these cutscenes because we already watched it. Alright, don't talk to the heal navies. Nothing but a sense of achievement. If we were to get a new Generation Mega, I think an action RPG would work. I kind of want, if they turn back into copy bots. It would be kind of cool if you could use them as copy bots to, like, run around with Mega Man. I don't know what that would do, but it's something. What was I gonna say? I kind of want... Part of me wants the Mega Man Zero games to get remade into, like, one big story, but with gameplay similar to, like Metal Gear Rising or something. Which there's actually a YouTuber who has been working on, like, kind of a prototype of that, which is pretty fucking cool. And I do think that a straight-up action RPG would be sick. Alright, we got roll 3. And now it's just final boss time. Which makes me wonder if I should do some side stuff right now, but I'm kind of like, just finish it. It's not this way, I have to go the long way. Oh, which is through Mayor Kane's office, that's right. It looks like it'll be one of my shorter streams, yeah. That's usually how it goes with these finales. Sometimes, because I try to front load as much as possible so the finale doesn't have to be super long. Like, my Skyward Sword final stream was like 5 hours, which was stupid of me to, like, try to finish it that quickly. Or, like, I left too much to do. We were asking about Zero. He did go to sleep for 100 years. I thought it was something like that. So, like, I guess it is possible that classic Mega Man and Roll and all of them weren't killed by... It's possible they weren't killed by Zero, like maybe they just went defunct during that 100-year period, you know? Which is kind of sad to think about otherwise, like, regardless. After a double 4-hour stream, definitely shaved off an extra stream from that. Yeah, that's fair. I just wanted to make extra sure that I was finishing this in a somewhat of a timely manner. Because this way the playlist is going to be 32 videos, which is like a nice little kind of solid, even number. If it was 33 or like 31, it would bother the shit out of me every time I see it. Like, anything less than 10 is fine, but then once you hit 10, it's like, it's gotta be in like at least increments of 2 or something. If not 5. Maverick. What? Foreshadowing? The only thing I didn't foresee was your betrayal. Wait, I kind of want to... Hold up. I want to see what he said about Maverick. I wasn't paying attention completely. Legs go, Lan. I want to actually read what he's saying, because this is the story stuff in 6 that is actually interesting. Because I don't know that I ever, like, fully understood what Wily was trying to do here when I was a kid. Lan Hikari. I had no worries that he would make it. Everything has gone according to my plan. All I want now is the Maverick. The only thing I didn't foresee was your betrayal. I've forgotten what you've done for me, Dr. Wily. And that is why I've worked for you as a World 3 member. What Dr. Wily did? Dr. Wily is the one who raised me. Interesting. So this is another case for Colonel being the canon version of 5. Because, like, it makes sense that Beryl would have a reason to want to take down Regal. And then, like, Wily showing up at the end of Colonel, but not explicitly showing up at the end of Proto Man. He does speak from off-screen. But, I don't know. Many years ago, after I was kicked out of the science community, I started playing my revenge against Net Society. There was a man who had wanted me for his own plans. An Utopian commander, Beryl's father. Let me research military robots while living in Utopia. Put my own plans on hold for this man who needed an ex-scientist like me. So Beryl's father died fighting some kind of war. Oh, so I guess Wily created Colonel then. Or that's the implication. Cue the Mega Man X4 quotes. It's no use. Dr. Wily created Colonel about 20 years ago. The newly completed Colonel was at the time. You know, even now he has incredible abilities. Power, speed, very clear thinking, ability to control electronic devices, and kindness. He was the perfect Navi. So lacking in the kindness and the ability to control robots, I would assume. Could this be an implication that Iris had some level of control over, like, BN1 and BN3 stuff? Like, when it comes to, those military robots and whatever BN1 had. I think it's safe to say there's some implication to that. That she was controlling those Swampert, tanks. I think it'd be funny if Iris just, like, transferred herself to one of those, and you just had, like, big Iris. When I split kernel into two, I installed a little program that would delete them automatically if they should try to become one again. Oof. Dude, I love the way they oh, he's bleeding? Oh shit. The way they just collapse though, it's just like an instant like boom. At least he's not just like spread out flat on the floor. He's like actually kind of realistically laying there. Caused a large amount of damage to Cyber City and Central Town. I love that explosion animation. I think I've talked about that before. There's just always something like really satisfying about it. Meanwhile, Base is watching from a distance. Yeah, but Base has no context of what's even going on right now. He just lives to, like, delete shit. When we were in Utopia controlling military weapons. This is Iris's "what am I fighting for" moment. Straight up. Or I guess she was thinking that in the past, is what I mean. I do think it's interesting Wiley doesn't even try to physically stop them. But I guess he just believes in his plan so much that it's like they couldn't possibly win and overpower Psy Beast. My ears are still rumbling from that fucking earthquake sound effect. Of course we get into battles that we don't want to get into. We would fight side by side again. Team Colonel is canon. If anyone says otherwise, I don't know what to tell you. Doesn't mean Proto Man's a bad game, it's not. It's just that 6 happens under the assumption that you played Team Colonel. Regardless of which version of 6 you play. Oh, he's actually front row, hold up. I fucked it up. He's also moving a lot faster than I'm used to. I feel like Slash Cross is just good to keep on for now. Oh, that was a mistake. Oh, wait, that can still hit him while he's in iframes? What? I mean, I guess Lance is not even really useful. I always saw the versions as canon sequence to one another. Proto Man, Gregor, Colonel. Colonel Fowler. Yeah, I guess it depends. Because, like, there's definite ties between Colonel and Fowler. Because there's definite ties from Colonel to Fowler because of Tomahawk Man, and then, like, Blue Moon to Fowler as well, because of Shuko and Spoutman / Aquaman. Oh shit, that hits a lot of times. And we've also got 2 pieces of that PA that we're going for here. That's annoying. I guess I just take these. Got any PAs? I have 2/3 of 2 different PAs here. But I think I'm just gonna use the M cannons as regular. I might even beast out here. Even though, unfortunately, I don't get the PA off. Yeah, this is game. Colonel Toadman, Tomahawk Man, and Nightman. Yeah, yeah, you're right. I would agree. The elements do kind of line up. There is kind of a similar thing between 4 and 5 as well. Although I would argue that... I'm trying to think. Even though technically some of the elements overlap, like Proto from Blue Moon to Team Proto Man, I think, like, Red Sun into Colonel makes sense because you're inverting the elements there. But I see what you mean as far as, like... Yeah, I see what you mean as far as the 5 to 6 comparisons element-wise. But yeah, I always found Gregor to be a pretty underwhelming final boss. Like, it's cool, but it's like, compared to Alpha and Nebula Gray, it's like, I mean, Duo is hard too, but I didn't play BN4 as a kid. But like, of the 3 that I played as a kid, being 3, 5, and 6, like, I don't know, Alpha is just like, I think Alpha is still my favorite final boss in the series. Nebula Gray was... It's definitely not the hardest one. That's another one where I beat it pretty easily. I was using Tomahawk Soul, and similar to how I fought Gregor, like I took a lot of damage up front because I forgot how he fought, but I was able to clutch it because I had Undershirt plus the grass panels to like heal me above 1 health, and I managed to like just barely clutch out that first try. Whereas Alpha took, like, the base Alpha back-to-back fight in BN3 is, like, it's something else, because you kind of have to build a folder that can deal with both of them, because they both have somewhat specific ways to damage them. This is sad. I forgot that Colonel and Iris sacrificed themselves here. Did he just say Let's go, Iris. Pokemon, let's go, Iris. Let's go, Iris, and let's go, Colonel. Dude, that reminds me about how fucking Nintendo refers to their games in Nintendo Directs. It's really annoying. Please keep an eye out for the new for the Super Mario Brothers Wonder game. And I'm like, why are you saying it like that? It's so uncomfortable. It's not how people talk. She loves land. Yeah, I think you're right. That's definitely what she was going to say. Something along those lines. She probably would have... If she were to say something, she probably would have just been like, Lan, thank you. You know, like the very anime, like... Arigato. Like when fucking Sasuke leaves the village and shit. Which I guess Sasuke's the one who says that, so I don't know why I said that in like a girly voice, but whatever. Dude, it's such a shame that most of this game's story is so blah. Because this ending is so good. You're to delete a kernel instead of just removing programs. try not to get tinnitus from this. No, Beryl sacrifices himself too? No way. Few days after the explosion was really powerful. It's just the way that's phrased. I'm just like, okay. The entire expo site and the blast from the explosion made the town a mess and ruined a part of the school. Was found in the wreckage in the spot we left him. It was a miracle that he wasn't hurt very badly. Bullshit. It was a miracle he wasn't dead, more like. Beryl was nowhere to be found, but I'm sure he's alive somewhere. Found unconscious by Chad in the place they had landed from when they jumped. Fucking idiots. Oh, I guess he transferred back to AC/DC school because his new school was destroyed partially? It was a long way down. I guess it's fitting that the dialogue there's a little stiff because it's technically from the perspective of an 11-year-old or whatever. But it's like, the explosion was really big, or like whatever it was. It was a long way down. Like, that's totally how I would have written when I was that age. Also from the fish shop, Miss Sal from the box lunch store, Miss Miyu. Oh, what are they called in the anime? I know, like, Commander Beef is Masa's, whatever. Higsby chain stores? Hey, I mean, probably. Rabita, the goat. Gift shop owner Tamako. Tamako's also a goat. And Pride is also a goat. Imagine Higsby in a suit randomly appearing at his stores. Yeah, literally. Higsby's got to be like a complete baller in a BN7. And I wonder, he'll probably be with Miss Mari as well, if I had to guess. Or, like, they can go one of two ways, where, like, he and Miss Mari are happily married, or he's, like, still pining for her and refuses to, like, confess. Because, like, both of those would definitely fit with, like, kind of the shonen anime kind of vibe. Mick, shut the fuck up. Girl, I can't believe Lan had such a pretty teacher. Shut up, dude. Wait, a worthless old man for a teacher and he suddenly disappeared. Who's a worthless old man? He just, like, grabs Mick and fucking, like, flips him over his it's like fucking, like, suplexes him. Bursts from the ceiling and just, like, lands on Mick. Mr. Mock! Maybe Mr. Mock swoops in on Miss Mari, though, who knows. Don't study too much. Interesting. I wonder what's up to. A man came and asked me about you, and left you a large box. Definitely Beryl. It's a copy bot, right? Oh, they moved back. Yeah, it's a copy bot. I thought so. That's a nice like heartwarming end. Cause like, it's obviously tragic to like lose a child that young when it comes to Hub. But the fact that they were able to digitize him and like it's actually Hub, and then like he can enter the copy bot and be in the real world as if, you know, he didn't have that illness that nearly killed him, or basically did. Chad show up and he's like, actually, Lan owes me a net battle. Yeah, I thought so. His father basically made him into Microsoft Outlook. That's funny. It's just so weird because I started playing these games when I was younger than these guys, and now I'm like a lot older, and so it's like it's interesting. That's kind of why I think the BN7 like time skipping to when patches, you know, around this age, ideally even older, but I guess like middle school would be fine. But yeah, there is an element of nostalgia there for sure to think back. You know, I was never a big fan of this rendition of AC/DC Town, but it fits this, like, ending scenario. Oh, yeah, he goes to a different middle school. BN is set in the 30th century. Star Force takes place. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Star Force is in the same universe. I tend to forget that because the time skip is so massive. Utopia University. Chad's already graduated high school? What the fuck? Dr. Vile will be in the next game. Yeah, I guess that could end up happening. I'm not holding out hope for a BN7, but like, it would be nice. It was kind of disappointing that the Capcom presentation recently had no Mega Man at it. I feel like BN7 would be landing college or something. It's pretty rough that he became a scientist despite being pretty bad in other subjects other than net battling. I wouldn't be against that. It's like I said in the video, it's like I'm not against more Lan and Mega Man stuff. For sure. Especially based on like having watched some of NT Warrior recently. Oh, he wants to be a scientist and do net research. want to make the net grow bigger and bigger. Maybe so big that it'll encroach on the real world. I don't know how much I can help, but I'm gonna work as hard as I can. Dude, Chaud's kind of a G for graduating high school at, like, whatever age he's at. Forgot about this, but does the series ever tell us who's the older twin? I don't know. I don't know if they ever clarify that or not. Wait, Mick could be Patch's teacher, maybe. I love these two. It's so good, dude. What I think is weird is that, like, yeah, Baka, literally. Gotta read the NT Warrior manga when I get a chance. Yeah, I should check that out. I want to get into reading manga at some point. What I find interesting is that, like, Roll and Mega Man are, like, an item. And I don't know how that works. Like, I guess Navis are self-aware enough to feel love and romance and stuff like that, but I'm wondering, like... They obviously can't, like, reproduce in the traditional way, but it's also, like... Do Navis, like, grow up? Or is it just a matter of, like, upgrading them? Kind of thing? Don't forget, make... has human DNA in his data. Oh wait, yeah, here's the copy bot. Mega Man and Roll having a son with their data. I guess, yeah. It's some, like, blue people avatar shit. Where they put, like, the hair together or whatever. Ugh. And here's your answer, Jack Frost. So Hub is the older one. Which kind of I mean, I guess they're twins, but it does make sense that Mega Man is the more responsible one. Epilogue time? Not quite. Dude, which Robot Master should Mix Navi be in BN7? Because they gotta give him a different Navi with, like, an actual thing, assuming he shows up again. Like, there's so many Robot Masters to choose from. I'd be curious at... There's gotta be a list on the wiki or something of Robot Masters without a Net Navi counterpart and vice versa. Robot Masters... Oh, it's the Penguin! Without Navi counterpart. And tab with the Walrus. There's a number. Acid Man, Astro Man. There's a lot. There's some that I don't even recognize. Blade Man, of course. Like all the Mega Man 9, 10, and 11. You should have a Penguin-type Navi. Chill Penguin? I guess if we're going with, like, the X... That would be funny, if he had the equivalent of Chill Penguin. And, like, maybe it's like he's hot-headed now, but he cools out as an adult, kind of thing. I like that idea. Now we wait 2 decades for a Battle Network collection. Yeah, right. Dude, Miss Mari's totally checking out Barrel. But, like, who wouldn't, right? Dude, like, I'm actually, like, welling up a little bit at this. Like, the fact that Lan's parents get to have, like, their two sons together again in the real world. Like, that's so... It's, like, heartbreaking to think about. Yeah, Mari X Higsby is sunk. Mari's got her eyes on younger blood. I don't even know if Barrel's that much younger. He's probably like he's probably around the same age as them, if I had to guess. He looks a lot older in this game compared to BN5, that's for sure. We get the epilogue. Mari's only 23, what the fuck? Why am I older than Miss Mari now? I feel old. I guess Beryl is probably around that age. Or he's probably younger, to be honest. He's probably like... He looks a lot older than like 18, 19, but maybe he's that old? Oh, maybe he's older. Oh, you might be right. Yeah, Mock said they're around the same age, and I guess they are like probably 30s, if I had to guess. Okay, so I guess she again, and I guess Higsby is like probably somewhere between Mari and Beryl. So I guess she's after an older man in that case. Kernel is an active attack system that automatically finds and deletes viruses and criminals on the net. Iris is a net recovery system that searches for damage to the net and repairs it. Starting with these two systems, net society was able to grow by leaps and bounds, and now one scientist is working hard to lay the foundations for a new net society. And that is Len Hikari. Beryl and Wiley created his Navi 20 years ago. We don't know how old Beryl was at 20. He was probably a kid. So I guess he's probably like late 20s, maybe in like his early 30s or something like that. Because if he was already a teenager when his dad died, he probably could have supported himself somehow. So you'd assume he was probably like, you know, preteen or younger. And you add 20 to that. So I think late 20s, early 30s is probably accurate. I guess technically he could have been an infant, but or like a, maybe not infant, but like a toddler, or like very young. When it comes to sleeping in, that would be me. I wish he wasn't so stubborn like his mother. That's funny. Stubble on his chin makes him seem older. And then everything changed when the Sigma virus attacked. Yeah, it could be. Could be. Wiley just straight up said Maverick. And like, obviously that's a term that doesn't necessarily mean what it means in Mega Man X, but the way he just like casually threw out the word Maverick in a Mega Man game, I'm like, you know, like kind of like squint your eyes and you're like, what could that mean? Guess you don't want dinner tonight. This is wholesome. Charles coming from Natopia for this meeting today. Dude, what if BN7 just starts, like, right here? At this exact point? You also think of X when you think of the word Maverick? Yeah, I agree. What if it starts, like, right here, where he's going to this meeting and he's taking Patch with him? Has it really been 20 years? Dex has become the mayor of... I forgot about this. What the fuck? Dex is the mayor of ACDC Town. Yai became the president of her father's company. Makes sense. Mick became an elementary school teacher, and Tab is working hard to make his store a success. Chad became the international officials leader. Mail became my wife. As for me, we're working for a better future. The future that Dad, Grandpa, and Dr. Wiley envisioned. We're going to make an even brighter future. There are uncertainties, but we'll be okay. Yeah, we've overcome... yeah! We've overcome all the things that came our way before. That's right, we can do anything. Come on, Lan, let's go. Onward to a great future. Oh, so that was Mega Man speaking then, right? Jackie and Mega Man, power up! Sad. This isn't one of those where I need to reset the game, right? No, I just press start. Alright, well, we can access the graveyard now.
Whoa, you beat every story mode. Nice.
More or less.
We're always connected.
Yeah, quick someone Photoshop a question mark to make you feel better. Oh yeah, and then they cut the panic music too. Which, that's so huge when it comes to the LC. Alright, so we're only missing 5 achievements. Virus busting. I'll beat Bowser tonight, probably. I literally just have to do what I just did. And it'll probably be even shorter, because I'll be skipping cutscenes and stuff. Go to the graveyard, easy, and then this. Which I'll look up a guide for. And then these... I don't know how long this is going to take. I feel like it's not going to be that bad. I hope.